I've done, on average, 50 to 100 speaking gigs a year, and I never use slides. It's not because I don't respect my audience or I don't like to be trained, but I like to operate based on who I'm talking to, based on the energy that I feed off the individual, right? And I have a feeling that a lot of us in this room are spiritual beings. And I believe that we gotta be our faith, not just study our faith, right? I know individuals in my life that are amazing when it comes to every verse. Like, I mean, boom, spit it out, boom, spit it out, boom, spit it out. But when it comes to challenges, adversity, it's not as applicable. You know, God give it, God take it, right? And I see a lot of pastors and speakers and trainers in the spiritual realm that I love and I respect so much, right? That when God gives it, it's all good. Praise the Lord. But when God takes it, right? Where are you? I have individuals in my life that would say, well, I don't want to go to church because those people only look into getting 10% out of me. Hey man, I'll give you $1 every time you give me 9. Is that a good deal? That's the God deal that we have. See, when we change our mindset, we change everything that we operate with. So what I want you to do, when you look at virtual verse, when you look at this opportunity, do not operate like this is another network marketing gig or an affiliate model gig or a side economy gig deal. Because in order for us to do things different, we gotta be different. So no change means what? No change. So I highly recommend that you challenge yourself and you elevate yourself to the next level. It does not matter what you've done in 2024. It does not matter what you've done yesterday. Nobody cares about the Grammy Awards that somebody won in 1985 if they are not making an impact today. How many here know Albie Shore? Love you, Albie, if you're watching this. You're my guy. I know him very, very well. But Albie Shore has not put anything relevant since the late 80s. Night and day, right? Some people say I look like him. I just need the eyebrows. All I'm saying is, it does not matter what happened yesterday, good or bad. We got to operate with moving forward in the future. So what does the future tell us? My son cannot operate in his future without technology. The future is technology. The generation that is working right now, 25 to 55-year-old, 60, 65-year-old, depending on what we're talking about, they will not operate without a cellular device in front of them. If you want to succeed in any business, you got to be where the eyes are. You got to be where the ears are listening. You got to get attention. The reason, regardless of political views, the reason the political season that just passed has gone the way it's gone, one party was a lot louder than another. Point blank, period. Regardless of what we believe in, so but from an operational standpoint, one party was just louder. Now, what I am trying to ask of you, how are you going to utilize virtual verse to make an impact? When I was asking who's going to talk to 5, who's going to talk to 10, 15, 20, that wasn't me trying to motivate you and inspire you so you can refer a handful of people. You tell me that you believe in this. I spoke to a few of you, man, this is going to change the world. This is going to change so many people. This is going to help so many generations. I asked some of you, what do you want to do with this? Man, generational wealth is going to change my family forever. Global reach. Who here said global reach? Did you talk to your neighbor yet? And how are you going to go to global if you didn't even talk to your neighbor? Here's my challenge to you. If I were to pay every single person in a room $100 for every person you properly expose them to virtual verse, just so they can say no. I want them to say no. How many no's would you get today? See, that's the attitude we got to have about virtual. I'm not interested in convincing you about Joe and me. I want you to tell me no as quickly as possible. You know what is terrible in business? What I hate, my pet peeve, is when I talk to a potential prospect or somebody that I'm gonna do business with, and they say something like, I'm interested, man. Why don't you give me a day or two? Cool, you know what that means, right? I'm still hooked up to you and I gotta follow up with you and I'm connected with you. So now I gotta block another 30 minutes out of my life just so I can hear yes. So cool, I'm willing to invest the time, energy, and resources so I can meet with you so we can do business. And then you would say, I prayed about it. Y'all don't know what that means, right? So here's what I want. Man, just tell me no as soon as possible. There are 8 billion people in the world, virtual versus all over the world. I need you to tell me no so I can say, are you? No, are you? I want to go to the no's. So do not get caught on the one person that does not have what you want in life and try to convince them. I love my uncle. Uncle in New York, Uncle Sammy, I was talking to him this morning. What you doing? Oh man, I got a gig with Sebastian. We're so excited in here. He's actually getting his 5 minutes. He's like, okay, well, they better be paying right. You don't even understand. I'm not at the level of I want to get paid. Respectfully, I want to get paid. Family, everybody. We live in a time-space reality that is required to make cash in order to survive or do the things that we want to do. However, I am building a prodigy. My son walks around his school saying, call me Mr. Kindness. My son yelled at me when I was picking on Tanya on the car 2 days ago. He said, don't worry, you're going to be safe with me. Just because I was joking with her. He's like, Papa, that's not Mr. Kindness. I want to protect that. I want to nurture that. My son is learning and seeing he's going to go back in school doing. Do you understand? I tell him every day the world is going to look at me and you weird, kid, because we're not normal. Normal is boring. Normal is broke. Normal is not doing anything relevant in the world. Who here wants to be normal? Who here wants to be ordinary? Do you know why they say I want to be extraordinary? Because I've done something extra. I'm not even 40 years old and I've taken 3 companies public and one is pre-IPO right now. And that's not to brag. This is from a kid who was homeless in a third world country who said me no English 22 years ago. What are you doing? I mean, everybody here was born in this country, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not discounting anybody's struggle. But I know one thing. I came in here with sandals, t-shirt, and a short. And I was like, me no English, the typical traditional immigrant. I've done everything stereotypical that you could imagine that an immigrant have done. And one day in Mexico, over a drink, I will entertain you for hours. I've done everything you would say, man, you were fresh off the boat. What is wrong with you? But I learned, and I stand with my own feet. No one can ever take it away from me. I did it my way. No way. Don't allow anybody to discount you when you get out of that door. Let me ask you a question. Who here has taken Spanish class in high school? Any other? Cool. Who here speaks Spanish? Yeah, that's great. Obviously, you had somebody around you that spoke un poquito, that kept that un poquito alive. Why am I asking you that question? Let's keep it real. You were in the class and you left the Spanish in the class. You never had any intentions to take the Spanish with you. Why do I speak 5 international languages? I am an international public speaker around the world and I need to speak to the world. So I speak 5 international languages fluently, not to brag. Remember, me no English. Now I do not stop talking. Like a feminine brain releases 8,000 words a day, just so you know. Men's brain releases 2,000 words a day. That's why, by the way, fellas, when you come home, she's like, oh my God, I gotta talk to you. And you're like, yep, She's like, why aren't you talking? I am. What did you do? Nothing. Did you talk to the boss? Yes. What he said? Tomorrow. He's so short-spoken, right? That's just the nature of how we are. I have a feminine brain for some reason that I do not stop talking. What I am trying to tell you is, please do not put yourself in a position where you are discounting yourself for someone who does not see value in themselves. A hater doesn't hate you because of lack. They hate you because you are a reflection of their wish to be. They look at you and they say, oh, you're going to be a millionaire? Man, I'm going to be called out. I don't want that. Go ahead and try to quit smoking. For those of you who smoke or have smoked cigarettes in the past, and you tell somebody around you, like, man, tomorrow, man, is my day. I'm going to cut cold turkey. What does the rest of the crew do? Want one? Want one? Hey, man, just give him a drink and see how quickly he's going to go back and smoke. Go ahead and try to lose weight. Start to read a book. You get the little. Oh, what? You guys look at you with your little car, with your little book, with your little smart glasses. Little. That's you just speaking out loud your own ignorance. You cannot fathom my growth. So I teach my son, because my son asks all the time, are you popular? Nope, I'm not. I'm very selective. I love you. I hang out with you. I will serve you. I've done $2 billion of sales in the last 18 years. I served you water yesterday. I don't care about formalities, titles, none of that stuff matters. You know why? God give it, God takes it. And once upon a time, this kid lived in the streets for 3 years in a row. And when I said, little water, please, I was treated like a drug addict, like a drug dealer, like whatever, etc., etc. So I thank God for those 3 years. They taught me humility. They taught me to serve other people. They taught me the ability to say, doesn't matter, because this is ground zero. And I went broke multiple times. The last year and a half have been terrible for us. We've had, obviously, because of bad economy, a lot of clients default, they don't pay their retainers. A lot of people don't pay their billable hours. So there was a lot of crazy shenanigans that we've dealt with. It will not change me, because I'm not doing it for you, and I love you, I really, really do. But I'm doing it for my treasure. They're watching us. They're watching what we post, what we scroll, what we do, who we talk to. They're watching how we react to mom and then how we talk to dad. They're watching everything. I have a fiduciary responsibility to a future billion-dollar brand. And everything that I do, everything that I say, my family say that I'm hard on him. Yes, I am creating a legend. I am creating the next president of the United States. I am creating the next multi-billionaire. I'm creating somebody who, when he and I talk, do you think we can go to Mars one day? I'm like, I think you're going to be able to take us there. Do you think all these diseases are going to be gone? I think one day you'll figure it out, son. I will not settle for lack, not because I want to have things, but because I owe it to the next generation. Because let me ask you in here, what did mom and dad leave to you? Because I love my mom, I love my dad, but I get the phone call. My nickname is Bank of America in the family. How many of you know what that means? So I ask of you, do not sleep on this. Do not treat this like Spanish class, where you walk out there and somebody says, do you speak virtual verse? And you say, mi hablo poquito virtual verse. This has to be a lifestyle. You have to wake up, breathe, sleep, what you believe in, not for the practicality of going live and the messages and the monetization, but this is a way for my son to make it to the greatest schools in the world. This is a way for my son to have the biggest network in the world. This is for my son to make an impact. Now that's selfish of me, because I said my. But let's call it for what it is. We all have that little selfish inside and say, what's in it for me? So if I'm going to be selfish about something, I'm going to make it about somebody else who's going to carry these core values. Core values are the driving force for you and I. Your standards are identified by core values. So don't sleep on this. I wake up and I will go to sleep messaging people. It's what I do. You scroll. You're going to scroll whether you remember me or not. You're going to find yourself like somebody said, hey, you're going to send, you're going to Facebook. You're like, I went to Facebook again. God forgive me. We're not telling you to change your life here. We're just asking you to exchange. See, change is hard, but exchange is easy. Drink soda, drink water. They're both water. Just one has some bad things for you. The other one doesn't. So I ask of you, I plead with you. I want to party with you in Mexico. My wife and I, we love to salsa. She's a beautiful, hottie Colombian. This is the part that I get street creds. She's going to watch this. I got a beautiful Colombian wife that we're going to come and hang out with you. We're going to do a lot of work. We're going to bring cameras. We're going to do a lot of things. Your responsibility, should you accept it, mission possible, is simply this. Every single day, make it a rule. I will not go to sleep until I ask 25 people, hey, did you get paid on that post? Can you handle that? Yeah. And I hope that you get 15 to 20 no's a day. I don't think I'm asking you for anything hard. Now, if I said, go ahead and enroll 15 people a day, I get it. Ali, there's work there. Yes, there is. But I'm asking you to fail your way to the top. Get me 20, no, I'm not interested a day. But to get 20, I'm not interested a day, you're going to have to talk to a lot of people. I average 1 out of 10 will enroll in anything that I do. 1 out of 10 will buy anything that I do. 1 out of 10 will enjoy and join and work with anything that I do. Not because I'm great, just because I actually talk to a lot of people every single day. And I don't do it for the sake of, man, the compensation plan is sick. He who lives with the compensation plan shall die with the compensation plan. Network marketing experience, anybody hands up? Had people who skipped to another company regardless of how terrible the company was, Bro, we can make so much more money in here. The truth of the matter is, you need to make a decision today. But guess what? Rich is my accountability. Tanya in the back is my my son, for crying out loud. The worst accountability partner is your children. I mean, the stuff they would say, like sometimes it's like, you're choking me, right? So please make a decision today. Make a decision. The word decision is the Latin root word is decidio, and it means to remove all other options. Now, still do whatever you got to do. Multiple streams of income. You got responsibilities in life, business, and personal. You gotta make a decision on. I will not just settle and say, "Mi no hablo poquito virtual verse." I hope that stuck with you, because that's what most people do. They walk out, excited. You know what? We need motivation every day. It expires. That's why you gotta feed yourself. Why we gotta go to service once a week at least? Because it expires. That whole Holy Spirit feeling that you have, that whole emotion, and the devil is just waiting to whisper in your ear. The point that I'm trying to make is we made a decision. I don't preach, but I live as if Jesus is walking right by me. I see many people who are amazing when it comes to scripture, even business development, personal development. I got people who read books every single day just so they quote every single thing in a book. Good for you. How are you living when the Zoom is off? How are you living when the live is off? How are you living when you're not in Facebook or all the other platforms that are not paying you? Let me keep it a buck with you. If I have to find out about your faith by a post, your faith is a little shaky. Let me see who you are when you are, as Mr. Vaughn said, in a restaurant, how you treat people. Let me see you when you're around. How is your ego, man? How's your ego? So I don't care how much money anybody has made in the room. We all bleed the same way. We all want the same exact thing. We all want the same desires, and we all want little fun things in life too. Ain't nothing wrong with having good things in life. But what I learned, and I'll leave you with this final thought. What I learned is, in this life, I believe that we are an account manager of this bank account. And based on your alignment with God, God says, here's a little bit of money just because of how you recirculated it in the community, and how you recirculated it in the family, and how you recirculated it in the company, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's what an account manager does. I'm gonna take care of everybody, and I'm gonna keep a little bit for myself too. And the better you are as an account manager in life, the bigger that bank account. The problem is, most people in this earth that we are in, unfortunately, is like, me first. Here's $2 in the plate. Wink. I gave my offering. Some people give more on a Saturday night in a club than they would. And look, let me keep it real for those who are even watching this. It's not just about the money. Tithe and offering is not even about money. I mean, am I right? I mean, look, I'm not an ordained minister or pastor, but help me out here. You can go ahead and clean. You can go ahead and help. You can walk some. It's a matter of impact. The money is for impact. You have to take ownership. Let me ask you, if I were to give you, Mr. Vaughn were to say, here's the keys, this is your company now, would you sit there and wait until tomorrow to tell anybody? I bet you will have a grand opening and a block party by next week with flags and balloons everywhere telling everybody I'm launching a company. Have that attitude and you will get no's. I pray to God you get so many no's every single day, because that's the only way you will get to a yes. Most of us do not promote things because we're thinking I'm going to be rejected. Guess what? I promise you're going to get rejected. Like, we all going to die, right? I promise you, like, it's going to happen. The question is, we don't know how long, right? I hate to get dramatic on you, but in 2024, my best friend, Kapesh Bahat, unfortunately, 39 years young, just gone. Went to sleep, never woke up. Healthy as he gets. He plants his own vegetables. He raises his own chicken. He makes his own wine, and the whole time everybody's like, you're gonna die before everybody else. And poor kid, love him to death. He's my best friend. He has the best sense of humor, right? Jason Lee, 41 years young, heart attack, gone. 2 children. Our father-in-law, this is all 2024. Owns a liquor store and multiple businesses. I mean, everybody's like, you always look young. You always like, gone. had horrible cancer, like in a matter of 3 months, 6 months, gone. My mother's aunt, and I can go on and on and on and on and on and on. Rich and I just interviewed a young gentleman, Derek D. Derek, we love you. Stage 3 kidney cancer. He's not even 42 years young. So with all the respect, the flaw that we have as people is we look around and we're like, I'm gonna be here forever just because I woke up and I feel good. I don't know if I'm gonna be here forever. So I have grind mode. Let's go. And when I meet my maker, I meet my maker. Look, I appreciate you. I love you. I thank you. Make sure you get your t-shirts. Make sure you sign up so we can give you that whole package. Make sure you give me your email for that vacation, and I will see you all in Mexico. Mr. Vaughn, I'll give it back to you.